Hello and welcome back. Today we are continuing our United Kingdom run. Last episode we fought a really long war between us and Austria, Canada, who we've now annexed, the United States, and we're just finishing off that war. We finally managed to push on to the war goals in Austria, which has taken us forever. Quite a bit of a long war. There's only like two great powers remaining in other than ourselves, in Prussia and Austria. This war, the war goals we have on them, should kneecap them enough with liberating two out of their country that I think they dip under great power status, which makes them puppetable. In theory, we're kind of going for a world conquest here, but I really don't think a world conquest is possible at this point with the way the game system works, where if you have one war, you can't declare another war, you can't fight multiple wars at once. I think this game mechanic's a poor mechanic, but we are more than strong enough to go for a world conquest, but I don't think it'll be possible, so we will just be kind of continuing to go along for an achievement, and the achievement we are going for at some point in this run is going to be anarchy in the USA, so we have to go anarchist at some point, and I think we will start moving in that direction now. We're going to take a quick look. So, we are benefiting a bit from job creators from the Industrialists, and currently we're bolstering them. So we could either just bolster them, get up to 20%, and this would be, in theory, I think, stronger, or we just go Council Republic now and deal with the fallout. This won't radicalize the Industrialists. It almost does. It puts them down to -9. So we won't get a revolution. We will make them upset. This will lead to kind of a rise of the rural folk, as it were, as the rural folk will probably become powerful following this, and the Industrialists will completely disappear. Kind of a thing that I think we want to do. And then after we do that, then we can actually go monarchy or anarchy. You cannot go anarchy until you've enacted Council Republic, and by enacting Council Republic, we kind of start spinning the wheels for the event chain for the communists. And we might do that this episode. But for now, we're just going to take it on pause and take the ticks on the war, and also try and add some stuff to the queue, because the queue is the voracious monster that we cannot possibly satisfy. Vicious monster. Also last episode, we kind of had a little bit of a theory about, treaty ports you cannot incorporate. Can't incorporate this one. But since we annexed Portugal, we got their treaty port, which is no longer considered a treaty port, so we can incorporate that. And the thing I am curious about here is, well, we could subsidize this if we don't want it to downgrade levels, because we want the migration attraction bonus. This seems like an interesting concept. We're doing it in a couple places where we are subsidizing the trade center, so I think we're doing it right here. The trade center is at a very low level. It's subsidized. It's not going to expand, hopefully. And we just caught it at a low level where it's still kind of, decent, or it's not going to be very expensive, but it gives us 25% migration attraction no matter how large it is. So it seems like if you can catch a trade center, at a low level in a place where you want to encourage migration. So for example, here, it's at level 1. We could, if we just want to get more migration here, which I don't think we want because it's not incorporated. Although we could incorporate it. It's got coal mines though, so I'd rather not. But I think there was another spot around here where we had a trade center that we were subsidizing. Maybe not. I know that the good example is here in Buenos Aires, where we do have a trade center. We could even, in fact, go into, all... And this is kind of deep in the tank, a min-maxy thing you can do, I suppose. But we just look at all the trade centers, and we just find all the places, hey, this is level 1, we want it to stay level 1, we could subsidize it, and now it'll never leave us, right? So now Yorkshire is going to be able to get to full employment here on the trade center, and what we will have is we will get 25% employment, until the end of time. Now, the risky part of this is if the level increases, now we're committing to a much bigger subsidy, one that we are not necessarily aware of. We're going to do it, or we're already doing it in East Anglia. I suppose we could do it in Midlands, Lowlands. I think this is in kind of the home territory area. It is. So why don't we do this here? And it seems like a very cheap way to get a 25% migration modifier. So if we take a look here, we are getting 25% from Trade Center, Intelligentsia, and Teeming Shore. So we're getting plus 100% migration. And so this is going to allow us to, you know, kind of build taller. This is actually something I've probably underexplored, generally speaking, and seems like a pretty good way to abuse the game. I mean, I'm thinking through and exploring it right now in real live for me, but recorded for you time. But this is... So Patagonia we could incorporate, South Cameroon, and sort of this stuff. We're not just doing it everywhere because we only want it in areas we want incorporated because we want to pull pops from unincorporated land to incorporated land. But as a strategy, this seems fairly strong, you know, to increase migration by quite a bit for basically no cost to yourselves. But back to Guangdong. We do want Guangdong to decrease a few levels, because this will be a little bit expensive. I suppose it is running quite a few trade routes. The thing is, so if you subsidize it, it will not downgrade, which is the whole point. But it'll be more expensive the higher the level it is. I suppose we just don't want to forget about it. We're happy to pay this in order to keep a lot of people here, because we are incorporating it over the course of quite a bit of time. But now, back to what I was saying earlier about Guangdong here, is it needs more infrastructure. But we were wondering what happens if we incorporate this province and then conquer this one. Do we get the full incorporation? In which case, the big penalty for incorporating is you pay the bureaucracy up front, and the bureaucracy is based on population. However, if we incorporate this and then take this, then we have managed to dodge a vast majority of the cost of incorporation, because we didn't have to pay the bureaucracy for the whole pop all this time, just the pop we had for when we had it. Also, I'm wondering if we get the Reconquest CB against them if we control this territory. And so this is kind of what I'm thinking, or what I'm thinking about. Are these ports? Yeah, okay. And so, yeah. But this trade center manipulation, I think, is also a strong strategy. It's not one I've thought about, like, too much. It definitely seems really gamey, right? But just being able to subsidize them and drive up migration, seems like a good look. You just have to be cognizant that if the trade center expands hugely and then contracts in its profitability, you'll just get hosed by your subsidies, so you guess you have to watch. But if we take a look at our subsidies, right, we're paying nearly $1 million in subsidies. And primarily what this is going to is the rails, and we're paying... Well, we don't want to be paying any on tooling, workshop, or motor industries, so that means we have to go play whack-a-mole somewhere. But we're paying $20K on the trade centers, so we're paying $20K for all this migration attraction. And I'm looking for this subsidized land that whatever subsidized that we took from the British. Here's one of them. No subsidy for you. No subsidy for you. Are you subsidized? The AI seems to like to subsidize tools quite a bit, which is interesting. We were at 10K construction last episode, but somehow we dipped. I'm not sure what exactly that is. And we hit 5 billion GDP. It's nice. Kind of just waiting for them to capitulate here in this war. This has been a long, long war. And we, of course, do have a native uprising, so even once we finish this war, we won't be able to start a new one. You know what, I think we're just going to go for Council Republic. I didn't want to do it to Victoria. I was also curious well, so here's the thing. She dies in 1901. I think it's probably hard scripted that she dies in 1901. I don't want to wait 20 years for her to die. I am keen on knowing, if anyone knows, if her descendant will also get the plus 50 popularity modifier, but even if he does, we still don't want him because he has psychological affliction, which just nukes the modifier anyways. But I'm wondering if this modifier here applies to everyone who's in the Victorian line when they finally become, I was about to say president, but not president, but we will go Council Republic here. And so we will say au revoir, adieu, goodbye to the industrialists and their bonuses. And the petite bourgeoisie doesn't like this either. But the rural folk and these guys should really love it. They are radicals instead of communists right now, but I think they switched to communist. And we, of course, lose middle managers. I forgot about this. Tax waste is really, really bad, and we have pissed off the petite bourgeoisie, so we lose the middle managers' bonus that they were giving us, which just gives us a bunch of bureaucracy. So we will go in here and make sure that we are using the latest PMs that we can use. We can't use telephone switchboards. And we will go for, take a look where we have insufficient tax capacity. We're going to add, I guess, 10 here. And then we're going to significantly expand. I think Wales is not 51. We're going to 51 Wales. And those will get in the queue pretty quick. I didn't kick them to the top because I wanted to use the Control and Shift button in my kingdom to be able to press Control and Shift and kick stuff to the top of the queue. But we're just going to, in all the mainland, well, not here. Here we're just going to add 15, I guess. We're just going to add a lot of government admins in these incorporated states here. And this should take care of our bureaucracy problem pretty handily. Probably way overkill, but I don't know. You're trying to build stuff and be efficient in what you're doing. You know what I mean? Now, the people who oppose it include the Industrialists and the Intelligentsia. So if we can pull the Intelligentsia out, we would want to, but we can't because we are relying on the trade unions to push it forward. And so we're going to have to deal with this for a little bit. I guess I could have taken a closer look, made sure that I would not be running, because if I thought through it with my reptilian brain for a little bit, you know, I got 2 brain cells and they're both fighting for 3rd place, I would have realized that this bureaucracy is going to kick us into a tax deficit. I'm still not too keen on just turning off the law and then trying to pass it again, because we would have a, like, 11-month cooldown period, but I probably would have put more government admins into the queue. Why don't we kick some of these to the front, actually? Oh, looks like our audit queue doing some stuff. Making some moves. And these guys are almost capitulated. My Romanian viewers will be happy. I've released Transylvania. It's not full Romania. I don't think you can release Romania unless they conquered Wallachia. Oh, Romania is already released. That explains it. That's interesting. I don't know when that happened. But we will be at 0 infamy soon, and so what we will do is our biggest incorporation will be the British Raj. So I think we incorporate the British Raj here. In terms of what we're doing. Once this war is over and once this thing is over. Almost finished occupying all the Congo. Probably will want to take Orange for, you know, map painting purposes here in a sec. Although I guess we have all this, like, little bitties to take up too. Which I think have a decent amount of pop. So if they have a decent amount of pop, it's always expensive to conquer them. Or it is expensive to conquer anyone with a decent amount of pop. It looks like tools are relatively profitable, so we'll just add 10 and 20 in all the ones that are already adding one. And then we will play a little bit of whack-a-mole here. We're going to solve the problem, however big the infrastructure problem is, and then add 5 on the back of it, so that we don't have to solve problems as often here in the home areas. Alright, this war's ended, but we still have this other war going on, so it doesn't matter, but we can take a look at the map. Hey there's Transylvania, Romania, Wallachia, Hungary. Austria's pretty border-guard at this point. That's the very awkward-looking Austria. And so I'm guessing, if we take a look here, I think we gotta wait a tick before they decay. But if they're below, okay, they're below the threshold that they need in order to stay great power, so they will decay into obscurity. Where were we? We are checking infrastructure up in this bizzle. Gotta clear this map mode. No, we were checking on Ontario itself. Yeah, still not employing here. Do have to finish employing in the railroads. And then we will get the hyper-profitable power plants. Don't do what I did and just build them all up because you're excited like a little boy on Christmas opening your present. Was very excited to get that throughput bonus. Perhaps a little too excited. I suppose we can look through a little bit here, make sure that we have agriculture in a lot of these places, and maybe just, you know, whack a few more agriculture in to try and fill the queue. Although this never fills the queue is voracious, it will never be filled. Just pain and suffering when you try. We could, of course, pause. If we were really trying to make a legitimate attempt at a world conquest, maybe we pause and just try and play full min-max. But I don't think it's possible with our current what's going on, so we did build a lot more tools. Why don't we expand the tooling industries into more places? Let's put you on auto expand. You're already getting tools. How about rails? Are you guys okay? You're not really okay. So we'll add more there, and then let's look back at industries and try and fill out this queue. Synthetic plants we're already building. These have a couple auto expanders. We'll just add a couple where they are auto expanding. Do the same for the boom booms. Paper we might want to make somewhere else additionally. Why don't we make it in Ulster, I guess? Because we are coming up on more bureaucratic needs. Glassworks, I think we just built a ton of them, so they're probably still waiting to be profitable. Probably a lot of stuff we put down in the home countries, so why don't we give them some more rails as well. And then look at industry. I think groceries will probably be... Yeah, let's expand some of these. There we go. And the queue's nice and full for now. Although, like, if we just float around 6k construction, this will also be fine. We do want to try and fix this problem here, though. We do have a ton of stuff in the queue, though, so it's probably already fixed, effectively. So, yeah, we should be at 0, I think. No, or maybe just below 0. British Raj, when last I checked, took about 30-something in order to incorporate. We got an obligation from the Ottomans, kebabis. I don't think we can protectorate them, no, because everyone's defending the borders here. So, if they were not defending the borders, we might be able to protectorate these guys. Or we would be able to protectorate a lot of these guys. I suppose we can look, because the whole point is we're on the watch for if they drop defending the borders. We're trying to get you into a customs union. Let's just see if you would accept even though you're cautious. Yeah, generally speaking, if someone's cautious, they never accept, which is fine. Like Japan, we would be able to protectorate. Italy, we can if we have an obligation. We have an obligation, we're going to use it. We're going to protectorate Italy. So that's very nice. And once they say yes, we will start damaging relations with them. We will already stop bankrolling them. Wallachia declares a rival with Transylvania. Stop fighting. You're all Romanian. Still waiting to hear back from Italy. I guess we can check the other boyos. They need to not be defending the borders, I believe. I guess I did not check too close. Yeah. Yep. I think even if you were defending, you're still one off if you, even if you were not defending the borders. ideological differences of our government might change quite a bit. But Italy, we gotta start damaging relations with. And I guess let's go through and build more rural stuff. Tasmania, nice. Just kind of building a smattering of everything. Trying to spread it out so I don't absolutely crush the infrastructure in some place randomly. Really want a mass migration event to Ontario. Unfortunately, not getting it. Can't all be winners, I guess. I think we did want to expand food industries, so we can plop down. Ooh, you need max economies of scale bonus, my friend. We'll put in a food industries here. And then let's take a look over here. Australia, I think, is going to be having an infrastructure problem in a lot of these places. Although maybe we leave a little bit of an infrastructure problem with the assumption that the rural folk are going to get powerful soon. This seems a little... well, it seems kind of correct. But a little strange. We're back in the bureaucratic good graces. The petite bourgeoisie want to join the party. The industrialists, we can stop bolstering these guys. I think we're going to instead bolster the rural folk. We want to get them up to... God, I hate that we have to do this thing. To swap over every time we want to. We're going to bolster, try and get them... Oop. I clicked it. Is lag? Yep. It is lagging because we have so much construction. This is a big driver of the lag, which is also why I will not subject you, the viewers, to above that amount of construction. But now we don't have... now we have a little bit more infamy because we protectorated Italy. So maybe we're supposed to look for a little bit of a... lower cost war than annexing the British Raj. I think in general I kind of want to puppet in order to map paint. To puppet some of these protectorates that we have negative relations with. I think who all... I kind of don't mind annexing Trucal States. This will only cost 1 infamy, so we will decay more than we lose here. They have a lot of oil, and I think we could discover more oil here in the Libyan desert. Yep, let's just go after one of these guys. So, I just don't want to figure out, like, the very best war. These guys will back down, and we will get refunded some Diplo that we are currently using to damage relations with them. I don't think we'll even need to do anything. We have Council Republic about to tick soon. And, interesting, the petite bourgeoisie want protected speech, which is kind of funny. It is because they have a radical, but normally they oppose that sort of thing. I guess we will raise one guy. This guy is an industrialist, so the differential in the clout's soon going to become useless. Once we enact Council Republic, there will be no more industrialists. think, I'm not sure if it'll be good in terms of economy, but there's really no going back once you do it. It is very committal. I guess we could have... Nope, we're still good relations with Brazil. We are trying to damage their relations because they are a protectorate. Same with Italy. And let's double check. Austria should be decaying out of this. So we just need to kneecap Prussia, and there will be no more great powers except for us. In theory, taking out a whole bunch of small guys also helps them decay out of great power status, I think, if I'm not mistaken in how it gets calculated. Revolutionary Romania. Stop fighting. Well, they rivaled us. If we're not rivaling them, we're going to. For the Diplo, which will cause us to decay faster. I hate when you get this weird buggy map mode looking thing. The all black map mode. Let's see. Let's take a look at my baby. Getting there. Party headquarters burnt down. Dear comrade, redacted. I regret to inform you that our party headquarters located on Redacted Street is no longer operational after the fires destroyed most of the building. We suspect foul play by Redacted. I guess we come off it. We could take a ticket 9.4%, see what happens. But otherwise we come off of it. Mewar backs down, we take a pause. We should have decayed more than 1.7 in the time. No, we did not decay more than 1.7 in the time it took. But we do get Mewar, so we're going to take a quick look at them. Love to see it. No, we are probably going to specialize here in this. So why don't we do this, this, fully expand it, and then once these start employing, we delete the other stuff. Ooh, Taj Mahal. Yep, just the 20 prestige. A lot of these buildings just give 20 prestige, or some amount of prestige, and it's like super underwhelming. Okay. Guess kind of want to annex Trucal states, and this is only going to give 1 infamy. Just going to take a quick look at some of our puppets. Is Spain a puppet? Yeah, they are. Puppet. Alright, so we'll annex them. Expecting them to back down. Maybe we should have taken the other event that decreased loyalty of everyone by 2%. We probably should have done that. Yeah, we definitely should have done that instead. We would have lost a lot of bonuses. We would have lost some bonuses, but this is fine. It's a decaying effect. It would have doubled our chances. It's like, where do you want to send the people? And it's like, I don't want to click the amount I need in order to find out. It's the truth. We could even think about incorporating Mewar. They don't have a lot of lead and sulfur. They have a decent amount of arable land. You know. Which is the least profitable of these? Probably. Oh, the tobacco's not very profitable, but they're fully employed. So I guess we're going to look for places that aren't fully employed. Romania's trying to... Well, we can't get to you, my guy, because there's no such thing as military access in this game. So, sorry. Do want to delete the barracks, though. Anxious to get this oil, baby. We're not even using that much oil. I don't even think we have... Yeah, we don't... I don't even think we have the later PMs. Yeah, we don't even have assembly lines and stuff yet. Oop, forgot we do get to switch over these. I really want to turn on electric streetlights. Cannot turn it on before... Well, I can turn on one or two, but I really need this to start employing. Egypt sides with trucial states. Well, this is a little bit annoying. I assume this isn't going to go through, but just in case, we're going to move this guy here and this guy here. I think that they'll still be 75 fearful, but let's take a look. They are 75 fearful and they're bankrupt. So, yeah, they back down. Giving us the trucial states here. I'm gonna delete that. I'm gonna increase that. That. Set it on auto expand. It's wild to me how the trucial states got this over here. We're gonna delete the shipyard. We'll delete this too, just for our own sanity. Actually, no. I think I like doing... Well, okay. We're just messing with their economy. Classic colonists. Just dicking the economy immediately. Not sure what we want to do. What we want to specialize in here. We just crushed all their industry. We know what we want here. It's oil once it gets here, but it's not here yet. And we can declare another war. Infamy is quite low. It's come down quite a bit in the time it took us to get trucial states. So I'm trying to think if we have another subject that's particularly small. I don't think so. No, Costa Rica's not a subject. Ooh, are they a subject? No, we just have it. We just have Jamaica as well. Well, it might just be go after this, take the 32 infamy. Before we do that, we're just going to check all of our bankrolls and see if what we can do, if we can protectorate anyone, this sort of thing. Because we will not be able to do it for a little while. So another thing is just inviting people to the customs union. So we're going to wait until he says yes before we get infamous. Because once we are infamous, they will say no. Can we protectorate you? Nope. How about you? Nope. You? Nope. Close, though. They just have to drop defending the borders, and so that's like really what we're just watching out for. Ottomans are a little bit far from it, but... Could also just turn the corner and go full bad guy. Which would be probably just clicking here. Looking who has the biggest GDP. That is puppetable. That would be Russia. And just puppeting Russia. Which gives us 200 infamy. Which... There's no coming back from this. Once we do this, we are just fully on the infamy front. Or that's the new play. I think I like playing a little bit longer. But we're getting, like, I don't know. I've been saying we've been getting close for forever now, though. Thing is, it's just very committal, but... It is 81. I think we annexed the British Raj at some point either way. I think these guys are very likely to back down here. But just in case they're not. Meant to wait for them to accept before we did all this, but I guess it's not going to matter. Shandong does accept. How close are we to protectorating you? We're infamous and they're defending the borders, so probably not going to happen. That's the problem with all these countries are defending the borders as a result of like their ideology and stuff, and they're unlikely to change, but sometimes they do change. So, yeah. Put some of that stuff down. We did add a lot of mines over here in this bizzle, so New Brunswick particularly. It's gonna need a little bit of help. Washington. We don't need the oil rigs there. Currently experiencing other problems. Almost fully employed here. Then we can start getting the electrical up. Or, are we good on infrastructure? We are good on infrastructure, so why don't we just delete these until we are fully employed? We're close to it. Because we are incorporating, and this is increasing our total infrastructure. And we're fully employed here, which means people will start employing here. Starting to turn the lights on. Let's turn the lights on. Lights, can they go on? Triumph of the trade unions. Path to socialism completed. Looks like we got a boyo. Yeah, so this guy finally died. He became communist. We have a communist in government, which triggers the event chain. And they get interest group attraction and are much more likely to be XYZ leader. And so we are starting down the communist event chain. Great Qing sides with the British Raj. Well, that's not what I wanted to happen. Especially because, so, I think that this war doesn't pop off either way, so in some sense it doesn't matter. But if this war does pop off, I actually didn't want to truce with Great Qing, because I wanted, well, whatever. It's going to be a while until that's fully incorporated anyways, it actually doesn't matter. But, are they still 75 fearful? They are. We can even sway some countries to our cause. But we will put some, I believe we will want to break up Great Qing a little bit. We will liberate Shaanxi, which I think is over here. Or maybe we liberate Yunnan, because we'll have an adjacency to our market, and then Sichuan. And then, let's see, Chongqing, Xi'an. We want to liberate Chongqing, because we want to chop them in half. Would be ideal. Hainan would be decent. Hunan is not Hainan. I guess we're just going to do... I believe Zaibei region's up here. Or maybe it's over here. I can't remember. But we only have enough for war reps now. They're still probably going to back down with this minus 80, but I have seen some pretty big... Yep, the politician did die. Ukraine declares neutrality, that's funny. Well, we can't gain access, so sorry, you're gonna go proletariat, brother. Actually, not very sorry. We do need to help out the construction queue, though. So let's look at the Arts Academy. They are auto-expanding, so we're just going to add a smattering. These are auto-expanding in a couple places. We'll just add a bunch more elsewhere, because we want to be adding quite a lot, because the queue is quite low. Just looking to add 10 everywhere. These are relatively profitable, but we're relying on the 400 to start employing. We're going to add 3 here. Tooling workshops are not very profitable. We built a ton of them. These are not very profitable. We built a ton. They're expanding in Yorkshire. We'll add a smattering there. We'll just add 5 or something. Just continue to keep it in the home countries. Home countries does have one of the bigger throughput bonuses for that. So, of course, we do have the problem of the labor in home countries is generally more expensive. But I think that comparative advantage of the throughput, because they are one of the places that gets, I'm not sure how many places get 15% on the shipyards building throughput. Most of these places get 10 that have a special bonus for it, but they get 15, so kind of keen on their shipyards, but these cannot fully employ. The sooner you back down, the better, or it is preferable. We're at 36. Infamy. So maybe this is just the start of us raining fire down on everyone. Because is there any... I guess the Brazil war might not take too much to puppet them. We could maybe annex New Africa. I don't know if we still have a truce with them. No. So we can annex New Africa next. But if we want to do the actual map painting world conquest, we don't need to annex New Africa. But it is nice because they can't rev against us once this happens. Trade union is growing, also has the positive effect of making it easier to enact Council Republic, although I'm guessing we're going to get a negative tick here, and just be canceling it. You know, in our quest to get where we're trying to be. Are you employing? Yeah, buddy. We have you on auto expand. Let's just check the PMs for stuff. Make sure they are what we want. We are subsidizing all those. Gonna swap over all the PMs. Hopefully 1.2 makes it so you can click a little box here that says swap all new places to this PM, because it would make sense once you've identified a PM that you want, that you'd want all the places on it. It after all lets you change all the places at once. So why can't you just set it so it auto changes them to the PMs you want? This has been my song / PSA. Tell Paradox what you want, even though I haven't. What? Not that one. Yikes. Guess maybe we want the Midlands one to stay around. You know what's great is once we lose all of our trade routes, like if we are doing a world conquest, we'll still have the migration thing. Which is funny. We'll just be paying money for it. I'm gonna swap some places over to... Oh, you're already on electric, my guys. Oh, boys. Raj backs down. We'll take a pause and we'll take a look. This is a lot of stuff to switch over. It's almost like we should have waited to start switching over PMs until after we annexed them. That would have made a lot of sense. That would have made too much sense. Now we can annex them for only 2.6 infamy, which is nice. US might jump in, but I think they back down regardless. We have a ton of this, so we might want to incorporate some of that, but I think that for the most part they're like going to be all Indian cultures, which are not, those are 20-year incorporations for us. Not there. A little English there. But let's go through some of the PMs that we just swapped all of them. Now, importantly, we're going to delete a lot of these. Bombay. Gujarat, we expanded it ourselves. We want that in Gujarat. Really hate how they do one barracks everywhere. Also really hate how it scrolls you to the top when you decrease that. From a quality of life perspective, I really, like, it just shouldn't scroll back to the top, I think. Alright, we only have a few more, though. We did it, yay! Now let's make sure all the railroads are what we want. We'll have to switch all the rural stuff over again, because we're bad. And we'll have a whole bunch of rural stuff to do here. So why don't we... I know this place has a lot of arable land. So they're already getting the 51 bonus. So the question is do we want to get the 51 bonus on some other stuff here? I think we want it on T. So let's go 1, 2, 3. And then some of that. And then we'll do it on dyes. Then we might do it on some other stuff. Sugar makes sense. And then we'll add some railroads for all this. We're going to also add a bunch of agriculture in Delhi. We're going to delete this. And we will... I think we'll 51 all this stuff. And set it on auto expand. But we'll start with some of the... Well, actually, we'll spread it out like a bad player. Yeah, there we go. And then, I'm not a bad player, but in theory we should just build one up at a time. And then we could take it on pause, except... No, yeah, we can take it on pause because we already know which war we want, and we get an uprising play immediately after having declared a war. Ah, we're so good for pausing. Wait, where is this? Where are they, though? No, I don't understand. It said I get an uprising, but I don't get a front. Where are they? We have a revolution brewing. It is 73, so it won't go off, but I don't know if... Huh. I mean, I guess I'm gonna take the tick here and then swap. Where are these guys? Okay. I was looking for them in the Congo. That's not where they are. I get you. Tax avoidance does get activated, even though they're also rebelling. So they do oppose. They want to preserve monarchy. I'm just going to take another tick unless this gives us something, you know, pretty robust looking. And I guess we're going to start looking through here and trying to do stuff, because we also have a lot of stuff to comb through here. Oh, I can't delete these because they're, yeah, revolutioning. But I will 51 this one, put it on auto expand. Go down to here. Guess I don't mind you being auto expanding. Or I've already had my sword for a while. So here I can only specialize in 2 things. I guess one of them will be dyes, because this is what I can click up right now. And then maybe the other will be tea. But I don't need to do that yet. And then these will make what? I guess we can get the sugar up to 51 and then decide more of what we want later. And just, you know, just try to get these guys some jobs. We're just trying to get them jobs, said every colonialist ever. People only want one thing, and it's fucking tea. You'll need one of these. Just kidding, our people want one thing, and it's also opium. We'll delete the little tea place. Can't downsize. Bit unfortunate for the micromanagement. Bit annoying on that front. But we can also expand resources in a bunch of these states. Importantly, the lead. Crooked connections is in fact a negative event. So we will do that, and then we will come off of trying to pass this. Which, of course, makes the Industrialists super loyal again. The trade union is not so happy with that. Or with us. I don't know, man. We tried. What do you want? Success, but, I mean, what else? What else? Look at all these changes here. Except you can't. Just kidding. It's a whole bunch of different IDs stuff activating. Like, for example, we're running a huge bureaucratic excess because this turned back on. How fearful are you? You have big gold reserves. A little bit annoying. We will use these 2 guys if it pops off and try and land. Let's see, we are doing like ahead of time to try and make sure we're getting tech spread, so we are getting a little bit of tech spread in society and mill, not in other stuff. This isn't going to benefit us too much, or at all, because we're not interested in alliances. Maybe we should explore alliances a little bit more, but like they just like were really, really clunky and not very good on release, and it makes me not want to mess with them too much. There we go. Just an absolute ton of stuff. We get an obligation from Shandong. Can we protectorate you? Not really. Part of it's we're infamous. See, if we weren't infamous, no, we're still not in the range. We're a lot closer. Again, it's the good old defending the borders rears its ugly head yet again. We can puppet Ukraine, though, as our next war, which is not going to... puppeting our... What is it? Our protectorates is not going to cost very much infamy, which lets us stick on this low infamy for just a little while longer, because we need to puppet Ukraine, we need to puppet Andalusia, we need to puppet Italy. I don't know how close we are to being negative relations. Now, I think that we can still not start a new play, yeah, because of this native uprising, which is like, I mean, come on. It's... okay. But we do get here, all this. So, first order of business, let's delete the barracks we acquired that we don't want. Which is just Alabama, and I guess also the raised conscripts. We will swap these over to the PMs we prefer. Looks like we got some naval bases from them as well. We will delete those. Or we got some from the Bombay. And then we will make sure... It's kind of the most important one, is often one I forget to do, is making sure the rails are exactly as we want them and subsidized. Okay. So we can delete that. Yikes, we can stop subsidizing stuff. Can't delete anything, at least not there. Stop subsidizing. Stop subsidizing. Okay, and then let's start expanding some stuff. I'm fine with this specializing in cotton. Maybe this too? So this is sugar. But we're just trying to create a few more jobs here. We definitely want to do the lead mines there. Do coal mines here. Oil and wood here. I guess we could kind of do wood everywhere, but also maybe sugar in those. Little fish action here. Fish and wood. Let's see if they have an infrastructure problem. They probably will have some. We'll solve those. We'll look up here. New Brunswick. Poor New Brunswick. Wow, just huge economic growth this episode. We started out just below 5 billion, and we've kind of been straight up here. We are employing, we're beginning to employ and produce electricity, so soon we will be turning all the lights everywhere on. We are getting a massive throughput bonus here on the back of trade unions, the colonial exploitation, and economies of scale. Oh, this is new. So it has to fully employ the levels now. Interesting. That's a good development. So I'm guessing here... Here it doesn't say anything about that because we're fully employed. But I think we have to fully employ the 51... So we have to fully employ up before we can fully benefit from economies of scale. That's so interesting. That's cool, though. That's how it should be. And so this place is going to employ first? Oh, that's not good. Not how we drew it up. Alright, let's take a look at what we need to do infrastructure-wise here. Alright, doing pretty good. know what we want in Burma. I guess we gotta fix all the PMs to see what's profitable. Citrus orchards are better? Weird. We will want all these auto-expanding. I know the queue is not full, but we're letting it run while we make the long trek through fixing our PMs. People only want one thing, and it's tea. Finish colonizing Kasai. Progress continues in the Congo. I believe they're in the Congo. And we swapped everything over. Alright, so this can make us... This is not too much to pay for tight infrastructure. We pay it in perpetuity, but this also decreases the amount of railways we need to build, which makes our railroads more profitable, which is nice. But do we even need it in British Patagonia? So we gotta take a look. Oh. Okay, I didn't cancel it. I guess we will, because they aren't fully colonized. Okay, so we will say yes. So we're gonna pay 900 forever. We'll get a little bit of approval from them, which will be nice for when we try again for Council Republic. And we, of course, have to expand quite a bit industries. Not a lot are profitable. That's a bad sign. Or I mean, that's a sign we need, well, these are all good. Also, there might be an infrastructure problem over here. Glass is holding on. Should probably just be making, yeah, let's make the places that aren't doing glass, we're gonna 51 some glass there. Or 60 it rather, I guess. Midland's still waiting for this to downgrade maybe so we can, oop, not that. And let's play some whack-a-mole. Yeah, so this is why they're not. Did the rural folk become mad at us? Is that what did this? Adding 5 rails on top of whatever I'm building. Or whatever I'm putting at the front of the queue. Did the rural folk get mad and we lose the... Nope, we're still getting infrastructure. When you lose this, it's really annoying one to lose. But... Huh. But that is kneecapping our auto expansion when those guys go up all the way. Because they will only auto expand if they can. That sounds like they will only auto expand if there's not negative infrastructure. And so, which is like really why like infrastructure expansion should be part of the, I don't know. I mean, I understand it's not like strictly railroad only, so there's like a reason to not have the AI because you can build ports as well, but for every non-portable territory, you should be able to just auto expand the rails. I think. Fine in there. Gujarat we are incorporating. Oop, didn't need it there. Probably will eventually. Needed it there. Whew. Expanding that is always pain. An admiral dies. In theory, we should be like on the lookout generally for. He's fine, I guess. Yeah, just 2 more armed forces guys. Should be on the lookout for guys from IGs you want. More than just when someone dies, basically. Because they do rotate every once in a while. How long until we could try again? $7 months. That's not a small amount of months. We of course can't start a war because even though I feel like when you full occupy someone, you should just auto win the war. We full occupied them, but now we have to just wait until they decay into nothing and for us to be able to start a new war. A little bit annoying. All right. All right. So we have 51 in a few places. And they're like fully employed. Jesus. So we can see what's not very profitable. Oh, we can't downgrade anything. I think grain long term is not going to be very profitable. So kind of tempted to up the sugar to 51 here. Oh, here's where we just like went spineless mode and just did 10 everywhere. So that'll be 31, 41, 51, 1, 2, 3, 51. Didn't do anything here. We can specialize in one. Got to decide which one we want. Maybe do silk here. There's a lot of places we could do silk though. Could do tea. People want one thing. Let's see what's expensive in our market even. Yeah, it's hardwood and lead. So what we could do though is expand all the wood in all these places first, because this will be something we want to do anyways. Well, this is actually way faster when you have the lag to do it like this. Just up and down. We have fewer clicks, over clicks in the same spot. Alright. So we enforce. We can now declare war. We definitely do want to declare war before unpausing, so I don't want to accidentally... I want to make a declaration here. And we actually might be turning a corner here. Well, I don't know what we're supposed to do. We are going to call it an episode, though. In the interim, we're going to decide whether or not we want to go full baddie and start annexing everyone, or continue to try and keep our infamy low. This sort of thing. Yeah. So do the YouTube algorithm stuff, or I guess what little summary this episode. This episode, we mainly just annexed, you know, India, and we went for Council Republic. We couldn't get Council Republic through, but we could annex India, so that was fun. That's kind of what we're up to. That's actually also why we actually have radicals for the first time in forever. But we are dealing with that very, very quickly. Also why our standard of living dropped precipitously, but it will shoot up in all the Indian territories. And we are starting to get Ontario online here. Ish. Sort of. Kind of. What is our even... We are, like, encouraging migration here specifically, too. Ugh. Really wish this... Let's take it off. Ooh, did not mean to build these, but we did. Maybe that'll bring more people in. I think that this is probably the most profitable employment until we get the economies of scale throughput bonus here. But people are coming here, so they'll get here eventually. We, of course, could decrease some of the stuff, but we'll leave it for now. Anyways, so annexed the British India Company, the East India Company, and now we're debating whether or not we should go full bad guy. Not sure. Take care. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, etc. Bye-bye.